Excuse me, camera setting up. But anyway, are we on? Are we ready to go? Hold on. Trying to get this set up because I'm just not quite used to setting up videos with my new phone yet. But anyway. Will it move? It's bending down a little bit. Never mind, I'll just get to it. But hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Joe Flash. Sorry that took so long for me to do my intro. It's just that, I'm trying to attempt to see maybe if this camera will work. You can see the camera's moving down a bit, so hold on. Let me set things up because it's being kind of a pain in the butt today. So for some reason, it's just a little bit harder for me to set this up when I have the case on it. So I have the phone, it's got the case on it still, so I don't know why it's getting a little bit unbalancing, but whatever. So hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Joe Flash, and I'm back with another reaction video. So I told y'all yesterday, after I reacted to Ermac, Rain, and Smoke voice comparison videos for the Mortal Kombat character voice comparison reaction videos, I told you that I was not sure yet if I was going to decide if I was going to do WWE 13 for the Wii Altitude Era mode today or not. Well, you guys have probably been waiting patiently all day to find out if I was going to or not, and I still have yet to decide if I'm really going to. I mean, it's like 7:49, so it's about to get dark soon, so I don't know maybe if I'll do it later on, or if I might just save it for another day. I'm just really having halts here, I don't know why. I've just been really taking a halt on this. I know it's kind of been keeping you guys waiting for too long. I know some of you guys are probably wanting to see me play the game. It's probably been waiting too much, I'm sorry, it's just I really just can't decide or whatnot, and I'm just not sure, what day. I'm not that busy, but it's just, at the same time, since summer break's begun, I just like to take some chill pills, and, even though watching a couple YouTube videos was a little bit boring at first, but because I remember that I was going to watch some of Apple Geek's My Little Pony Equestria Girls reaction videos, I was going to do that, so I kind of been distracted all day, been watching more of Apple Geek's reaction to My Little Pony Equestria Girl related videos, so kind of takes me back trip down memory lane as well, just seeing his reactions and stuff like that, I had plans for that because, Apple Geek's a cool guy. He hasn't made videos in quite some time on his channel, but hopefully maybe he'll be back one day. Apple Geek's another brony YouTuber. He's obviously a fan of Applejack, according to his name. He's probably his favorite pony character, but they're all pretty cool. And, even Apple Geek's got some of his own honest opinions with certain characters, so he's fun to watch. Apple Geek's a pretty... kind of in some ways I can relate to him almost, Some of the things he said about some certain characters, even characters that most people don't really care or like Timber Spruce and Flash Sentry, for example. He says that he doesn't hate them or dislike them. It's just, they just don't get enough credit, which I agree on. But you know what I mean? But anyway, I've just been watching Apple Geek's My Little Pony Equestria Girls reaction all day, so that's literally all I've been doing. Although earlier today I did go to Walmart and Mom got some toilet paper and then I got an ice cream and I actually got the WWE WrestleMania DVD. So WrestleMania 2022 actually came out on DVD finally. It was released I think probably today or maybe yesterday. I don't know when, but it came out on DVD and so I got it. I have it. I'm hoping that maybe eventually whenever my dad wakes up, I don't know if it'll happen today or maybe if I'll have to wait tomorrow, but I'll be ready to watch some of the WrestleMania matches with my parents. I've actually only seen night one because if you guys hadn't seen my Instagram, I had that reaction to when Seth freaking Rollins was up next for his match at WrestleMania. His mystery opponent was revealed and I showed it, the footage on Instagram. So if you haven't seen that, you should check it out. But I watched WrestleMania night one with Matthew Kelso. It was pretty good night. It was really good watch. It was a good watch. And unfortunately because... there was not enough money or whatever for him to cover the second night. We couldn't watch night 2 of WrestleMania, so I just had to wait on Instagram to find out what the results were. But it's okay. Anyway, I shall enjoy it whenever my parents and I get the chance to. I'm pretty much going to rewatch the WrestleMania Night 1 matches because I've already seen them, but wouldn't hurt to watch them again. Night number 2, hadn't seen those yet, but I shall be ready to watch them whenever I get the chance. But anyway... besides all that, I still haven't made my decision if I'm going to do WWE 13 for the Wii Altitude Era mode yet or not. I thought for sure I was going to do it today, but apparently I still have yet to decide if I'm really going to or whatnot. So I'm sorry that I keep y'all waiting for those of you that really want to see me do it, if y'all were excited. It's just really hard because, at the same time when I play the game, I want to hope for the best that I don't get copyright strikes on the game because, WWE is very restrictive nowadays, the wrestling entertainment. it's very restrictive with certain things these days. So I try to do anything to be careful with getting copyright strikes to anything that's related to wrestling on my channel. You know what I mean? Like even a couple days ago, or maybe it was yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday. I posted a video like pretty much as soon as I woke up. I I uploaded a video on my channel doing from my DVD of WWE Clash of Champions 2016, the main menu theme song, because I already did that with WWE WrestleMania 2017 main menu theme song, and surprisingly that video got a lot of views and it's got almost like 30 likes, so a lot of people quite been viewing that and they really seem to enjoy that video. So I thought I'd do Clash of Champions 2016 because I actually wanted to do that years ago, but I never got the chance to, so I finally did it. Hopefully that'll get some good views as well, because I do love the main menu theme song for Clash of Champions 2016. It's a pretty cool song. I even do like the Royal Rumble theme song they had from 2016 or 2017 or 15, I think. I think they had it in 2016, then they? Yeah, I think they did. But anyway, enough of all that. I've spoken long enough. You can already tell what I'm about to do. I'm about to get into some more Mortal Kombat character voice comparison reaction videos, so pretty much if I just can't decide if I'm going to just, do WWE 13 for the Wii yet or not, I'm just going to continue doing what I was doing earlier, watching Apple Geeks videos, or I probably just might make some other videos, like continuing on with the Mortal Kombat character voice comparison reaction videos. So I don't want you guys to be too disappointed in me not uploading any videos today, so that's why I thought I'd just do this instead, because I have yet to decide if I'll do WWE 13 for the Wii Altitude Terror mode yet or not. So once again, I apologize for keeping y'all waiting if y'all been waiting for me to see me play the game or not. I really haven't decided if I'm going to or not. I really want to. I could say that much, but I'm just not sure when or what day I'm going to do it. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow. Maybe I might do it later on after these videos. I don't know. I have no idea, ladies and gentlemen, so I'm sorry that I keep y'all waiting, but just I hope you at least be patient enough, and just, patience is all I can just ask for, y'all, so don't worry. It'll come soon. I mean, I don't know how soon, but it might come sooner than later. I don't know, but just keep staying tuned on my channel. Just stay tuned on my channel and make sure you keep that subscription on and keep the notification bell on so you'll be notified when I upload a video. And perhaps maybe I'll finally do WWE 13 for the Wii tomorrow. And I don't know. I really can't guarantee anything, so I'm sorry that I kept lying to you guys. I really don't mean to. It's just really, when you just have so many videos that you want to plan to make over the summer, because I knew right from the beginning before summer began, before my first year in college was over, I already had plans to make YouTube videos. There was already a few in mind, but I still have yet to wonder if I'm going to make them yet or not. So I'm trying, because summer's already begun, and plus since I have not yet to find out if I'm going to get the job at the Red Oak Whataburger, I'm still wanting to hope for the best that eventually, some point in time, I will just eventually hopefully get the job. I don't know. I hope that eventually they'll give me a call. It's been kind of like almost a week now since then, but I'm trying to be as patient as possible. So until then, I'm just staying at home, just doing my best to keep myself entertained in my room. I've just pretty much been staying in my room all day, just hardly been doing anything else much. So just please have patience, ladies and gentlemen. That's all I can ask for. So I'm sorry to keep y'all waiting for WWE 13. I really am not sure yet, but I'll eventually get to it. I do plan on doing it over the summer. I just don't know what day I'll do it yet, but stay tuned. It will come up, okay? So just keep on hoping and just keep being patient, and the time will come, okay? That's all I can ever ask for. But anyway, I've spoken long enough. Now it's time for me to get into it. So I'm going to continue on with the Mortal Kombat characters, voice comparison reaction videos in the meantime until I finally decide if I'm going to do WWE 13 for the Wii Altitude mode or not. So, there are still plenty of more Mortal Kombat characters, as I said in my last video with Smoke. There are still plenty of more Mortal Kombat characters left to do for voice comparison reaction videos. I'm going to do 3 more today, so just like yesterday when I did Ermac, Rain, and Smoke did 3 yesterday, I'm going to do 3 more today. So for the first one I'm going to be doing right here, as you probably may have already guessed from the background picture, the next character up on the list of Mortal Kombat to do for a voice comparison reaction video is none other than Quan, who is the other sorcerer of Mortal Kombat. There's 2 sorcerers, which are Shang Tsung and Quan Chi. I think there's other sorcerers. Does Shao Kahn count as a sorcerer? I don't know. Shao Kahn counts as a sorcerer, right? Because he takes souls as well. But, when it comes to it, Shang Tsung and Quan Chi are the 2 most well-known sorcerers of Mortal Kombat. And they're both pretty cool sorcerers, Shang Tsung's been around since the first one, and then Quan Chi didn't make his debut till, I think, Mortal Kombat 4, if I'm not mistaken. But he's another classic character, Quan Chi's gone on to be another classic character, being a sorcerer. I feel like it's only hard to explain, if some people love him more than Shang Tsung or if they dislike him less than Shang Tsung. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like there's probably chances are some people would probably maybe say he's better or worse than Shang Tsung. I don't know. Maybe some people think that he's better than Shang Tsung or maybe he's not as good as Shang Tsung. I don't know. I'm sure people probably go back and forth between him and Shang Tsung because, they're two sorcerers. But anyway, without none of that matters, Shang Tsung is just another classic character, and so is Quan Chi. So, both sorcerers are pretty cool for their own rights. Quan Chi had his last appearance in Mortal Kombat X. He was in Mortal Kombat X. I don't think he's in Mortal Kombat 11, although I did see some, videos where I think it was the intro dialogues where some people were comparing Baraka to him. I don't know. I don't think he is in Mortal Kombat 11. I don't think so. He's not a playable character, but does he show up in the story mode, perhaps, like some of the characters did in Mortal Kombat X? I have no idea, so please somebody just let me know, okay? But anyway, none of that matters. I'm just going to go ahead and just get into this. Quan Chi is just, I really can't say too much, I don't really play as that many characters because I don't even play a lot of Mortal Kombat games, so there's not much for me to say about the characters, other than I can just only say that they're all cool. I mean, there's not really too many characters I don't like. I mean, there's a few I don't really like, but, for Quan Chi, I could just say he's a classic, For any characters that appeared in the first 4 Mortal Kombat games, anybody who's appeared in Mortal Kombat 1 or Mortal Kombat 2, Mortal Kombat 3, Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, Mortal Kombat 4, Mortal Kombat Trilogy, you gotta consider those classics, you know what I mean? Because they're all just original fighting engine Mortal Kombat games where, everybody was in a certain standing position, everybody had an uppercut, low punch, high punch, roundhouse kick, and all that kind of stuff before they started giving them different moves to make them feel like different characters with the fighting engines changed in Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance, Deception, Armageddon, and then Mortal Kombat 9, Mortal Kombat X, and then Mortal Kombat 11, fighting engines started changing throughout the franchise, but there's not much left to be said, though, so other than I can just say that Quan Chi's a cool character. I don't know too much about him. He's just another classic, I'm just pretty much almost checking out almost all the classic characters first before I check out any of the newer characters that appeared in, the later Mortal Kombat games. But anyway, I think I've spoken long enough. I've already been speaking long enough about WWE 13 and speaking a little bit about other things as well, but I don't got much else left to say, so without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get right into this. This is obviously a little bit another short one. It's not as short as some of the other ones from yesterday, but only 4 minutes, that's still short enough. So let's see who's going to be up on the list for my favorites of Quan Chi, shall we? So without further ado, I'm not going to waste any more time at all. I'm ready to get into this. Y'all ready? Because I am. So let's go ahead and get this out of the way, shall we? I'm sorry, I'm just trying to keep there's nothing coming loose here with the shirt on. It's just, I don't wear a lot of muscle shirts, but I do wear them every once in a while in the summer, and it just doesn't hurt not to because, it's the warm weather, you know what I mean? But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and just get into this. I've spoken long enough, so who's going to be up on the list of my favorites for Quan Chi? Let's find out. So like John Cena and Triple H will always say, your time is up, my time is now. I keep saying Triple H, am I? I'm supposed to say Triple H. It kind of makes me feel like I'm saying Triple A, doesn't it? Triple H. So let me restart that over. Like John Cena and Triple H. It sounds weird. One more time. Like John Cena and Triple H always say, your time is up, my time is now. It's time to play the game. Let's go ahead and get into this, shall we? In 5, or actually Quan Chi voice comparison. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Oops. Preparing the voices of Quan Chi. Hold on, let me check the volume. There we go. Just make sure with the volume.
And so it shall be, my pet. 3 hours hence, the pool of prophecy never lies. Raiden's minions will enter into battle in 3 hours. More than enough time for you.
I'll say maybe. I'll say maybe. I know a lot of people haven't really talked about this, but I don't know. Was that a good series or not? Somebody let me know down in the comments down below. But yeah, Mortal Kombat Defenders of the Realm. It seems like it's a watchable series, but at the same time, there's some certain scenes that look like they're cringy. Like for example, when I was checking out Ermac and Rain voice comparison yesterday. You know, the fact that they don't have their masks on, what makes it cringy for their appearances in this series. But I don't know. But with Quan Chi here, I mean, he looks good and all. It looks like he's in the Mortal Kombat 4 armor. But the fact that the voice makes him sound like, I don't know, like a Western guy or something like that. I don't know how to describe the voice. I'm not sure about that. For Quan Chi, he's got to sound low, and he's got to sound evil, and he's even got to have a laugh, you know? With this one, he kind of makes him sound like a different person, almost. So, without further respect, I gotta give it a maybe. Some of the voice actings in Mortal Kombat Defenders of the Realm sometimes, you know, I don't like, and some of them I give maybes to, and some are good. So, you know, Mortal Kombat Defenders of the Realms is I'm pretty sure that's underrated. So I don't hear a lot of people talk about it, so I'm pretty sure that series maybe wasn't that good. I mean, I don't know. Yes. See, that's better. That's better. I'm probably going to guess he's also the one who's been behind the makeup, because if you look at him, yeah, that is him. Richard DeVisio? DeVisio? Is that how you say his name? DeVisio? Apparently he was not only the voice of Quan Chi in Mortal Kombat 4, and he also apparently, you know, dressed up as the character. That's pretty cool. I mean, you could easily look at him, you know, apparently he's the guy who's in the costumes. That's pretty cool. He played and voiced Quan Chi. I mean, it's fair enough, you know. Pretty cool stuff, but yeah. I'm not sure if I really care too much about Mortal Kombat 4, although it was the first ever 3D animated Mortal Kombat game, but still fighting on a 2D engine. But I've seen G-Star221 play, and I've seen him play Mortal Kombat Gold as well, but, you know, I'm not sure if I mean, I did play it on the arcade at one point when my friend Destiny invited me to her birthday party. You know, I got to play it on the arcade, and then when you want to play multiplayer, it actually switches to Mortal Kombat 3, but it doesn't matter. But still, that's good. You know, that's a better voice, and it's even cool that he's the guy behind the makeup and all. So, yep, got to give thumbs up to Richard DeVisio. It's not the best voice for Quan Chi, but it's good enough that it really works way better than the other guy in Mortal Kombat Defenders of the Realm did. Oh, yes! I have to give it a props to Adani Morpheus. Is that how I say Morpheus? Is that how I say his name? Adani Morpheus? I don't know if I'm saying his name right. Y'all correct me in the comments, but I definitely got to give props to him. I kind of barely almost forgot that. I barely just remembered. I almost forgot that Quan Chi was in Mortal Kombat Conquest in 1998. The live-action, short-lived Season 1 series, you know, featuring the story of Kung Lao, and, you know, Quan Chi did appear in the series. But yeah, this guy actually did a surprisingly good job. You know, it's one of the only few times you've ever seen Quan Chi in live-action Mortal Kombat verse, but this guy really actually did a pretty good job. Makeup even looked pretty good as well, so I definitely got to give props to him. He actually made a great Quan Chi, so double thumbs up. Probably my only favorite live-action Quan Chi.
Violence, hatred, greed, and deceit, and wonderful descents into madness.
This guy really did do a good job.
Following their own unique darkness.
Like I said, he's probably got to be my only favorite live-action Quan Chi.
They should thank me. Without goodness, without life can be so...
While the voice may not sound as evil and deep compared to the voices in the video games, it still did not matter because his performance was still overall good, you know? Sometimes voices don't even have to matter when it comes to live-action verses, you know what I mean? Well, I mean, they do matter sometimes, but, you know, it's like sometimes it's one of those moments that it doesn't even really matter if the voices count or not. It's like as long as you play the character really well, it's kind of what it comes to live-action verses. But, you know, even though the voice may not be as evil as video game sounds for that man playing Quan Chi, he still did a good job. Oh, yeah. Barely just remembered Quan Chi did appear in the Mortal Kombat Armageddon Conquest mode. Oh, actually, how did I forget about that? It's been quite some time since I made that gameplay series of me playing Mortal Kombat Armageddon for the Wii Conquest mode. There was that scene where you're invading Shao Kahn's castle, and up on the top floor, you eventually go up against the wall, and you hear Quan Chi, Shang Tsung, Onaga, and Shao Kahn having a conversation to work together to try to conquer the universe, and, you know, they were all speaking to each other, and yeah, Quan Chi was speaking in that scene, so yeah, I barely just remembered, but props to this guy. This guy had a good voice, even though, fortunately, we don't know who he is. But not my favorite, but still, that was a good enough of a voice. So thumbs up to whoever this voice actor was that voiced Quan Chi in Mortal Kombat Armageddon. Sorry, my lips are kind of dry. That picture actually looks pretty cool. I like how he's got a cut on his arm where he's got blood. Okay. So, you know when I said that Adani, whatever his name was from Mortal Kombat Conquest, him being my only favorite live-action Quan Chi? Well, here's why I'm about to prove it. So, there was another live-action Quan Chi, but here's the problem with this one. So, Michael Rogers apparently was the man behind Quan Chi in Mortal Kombat Legacy in 2011. So Adani from Mortal Kombat Conquest wasn't the only live-action Quan Chi, but he is my only favorite live-action Quan Chi, and here's the reason why for me with Michael Rogers. So, it's in Mortal Kombat Legacy, they do retell the whole story. Like, it was in the episode of Scorpion and Sub-Zero Part 1 and 2 where they talked about the story about how, you know, Scorpion would be misunderstood by Bi-Han Sub-Zero, thinking that he killed his family when it was Quan Chi that was in the form of Bi-Han the whole entire time to force Scorpion to get revenge on him, to make him accidentally kill his best friend by a total misunderstanding, and even Bi-Han tried to help correct him, but Scorpion didn't listen because revenge was all he just cared about, and then eventually Scorpion would learn the truth when Bi-Han's younger brother Kai Lane would become the next Sub-Zero after his death, and he would seek revenge on Scorpion, and then soon Scorpion would learn the truth, knowing that Quan Chi was the one behind it all, and so Scorpion would then seek his revenge on Quan Chi. So shortly after when Quan Chi, in the form of Bi-Han Sub-Zero, killed his wife and child, he then murdered Scorpion in cold blood. He froze him, which was supposed to kill him, and I think it was Raiden, or I think it was either Raiden or it was Shang Tsung. I don't know. Either it was Raiden or Shang Tsung, but one of them two, they were with Quan Chi, just when, after when he was frozen, Quan Chi would then demorph from Sub-Zero to being his true self because, with Scorpion being frozen, he wasn't going to be able to see Quan Chi in his real form. He would manipulate Scorpion saying, "I will help you find Sub-Zero." So Quan Chi was, trying to, manipulate Scorpion, you know what I mean, to work for him and all that kind of stuff. But this guy's performance as Quan Chi, though, I mean, you can see that's all the makeup looks like. But the problem with this is that the voice wasn't really that good because he sounded like a normal human being. And this is the only time Quan Chi ever appeared in any Mortal Kombat Legacy sequels. He only appeared in this one, Mortal Kombat Legacy 1. He didn't appear in Mortal Kombat Legacy 2. Well, we showed a scene from Mortal Kombat Legacy 1 when Sub-Zero was trying to, keep Scorpion from killing him when they said, "You've been deceived," and then, it showed the scene where Quan Chi demorphed from Sub-Zero into him, but it still did not mean that he appeared in Mortal Kombat Legacy 2, but Michael Rogers' performance, though, it really just did not really matter, because he didn't fight, he didn't use his magic powers, he just only demorphed just to manipulate Scorpion, and plus he didn't even have an evil-sounding voice, he just sounded like a normal human being, so for that particular reason, because he did not have a deep evil voice, and because he didn't get to fight or do anything like that, for those particular reasons, no. So, I'm sorry, but it's a no to Michael Rogers' Quan Chi. This Quan Chi didn't really even matter. His appearance did not even really matter that much. It was just kind of a waste of an appearance, you know what I mean? They should have did more for him, and they should have had him reappear in Mortal Kombat Legacy 2, but they didn't. I mean, even though those Mortal Kombat Legacy 1 and 2 weren't even good live-action Mortal Kombat sequels after all, but they weren't that good of live-action sequels compared to the 1995 movie or the Mortal Kombat Conquest series, but still, they should have at least maybe have brought him back in Mortal Kombat Legacy 2, so this really was just a waste of an appearance for Quan Chi. This Quan Chi appearance just really did not matter at all. So it was just a waste, and like I said, the voice wasn't deep. It was just trying to make him sound like a normal human. Didn't use his powers, didn't even fight at all. So for those particular reasons, it's a no for Michael Rogers' performance as Quan Chi. It really just did not matter. It kind of sucked, honestly. It was just a waste of an appearance, so I'm sorry. I just can't. It was just a disappointment is all it is. This was a disappointment of an appearance.
His honor demands blood, and his thirst for revenge will cloud any rising suspicion.
See, listen to that.
I come
See, he just sounds like a normal human. It really does not make him sound like the evil sorcerer that he's supposed to be.
And in return, I will help you find Sub-Zero.
See, there it is. There's that icon. There's that line.
Destroy you find peace.
That's that line I was talking about where he was manipulating Scorpion into killing Sub-Zero, because while he was frozen, it's not like Scorpion was going to be able to see Quan Chi or see Sub-Zero morph into Quan Chi, you know what I mean? Or see that Quan Chi was in the form of Sub-Zero, you know what I mean? Because, I mean, Hanzo didn't really die, even though Scorpion is kind of somewhat undead, but I think the man, the soul of Hanzo, that's his real name, still lives in him, I think. I mean, he still has the brain of Hanzo, which was his real name before he became Scorpion, so it's like he's not fully dead, you know what I mean, Scorpion, but yeah, this was when he just manipulated him, and then they brought him back to life and gave him some new powers, where he became undead, and then he becomes Scorpion, but whatever.
What he did to your family.
Like I said, this was just a waste of an appearance. This Quan Chi just sucks. So yeah, thank you. I was about to say, can we please move on?
Aware of the merging. Its effects are far.
Did he appear?
Even the Netherrealm is.
Oh, you know what? Yeah. He was. I was trying to remember, but yeah, Quan Chi, he was a playable character in Mortal Kombat vs. DC Universe. I remember now, he was. I barely was just able to remember, but he was a playable character in Mortal Kombat vs. DC Universe in 2008. I mean, that game is not that good. It's really not that much of a good game, honestly. It was just a waste of a... Well, it's not a waste. I mean, it was cool that they tried to make a crossover game between the DC Universe and the Mortal Kombat characters, but that game was awful, because it just only had, like, 2 options. You can only play, like, the arcade mode, and then you only could play, like, the story mode from the Mortal Kombat path and the DC Universe path. So this game really did not have a lot of content in here, and it was just kind of somewhat of a waste of a game, and it was T-rated as well. It's the game. Mortal Kombat games are usually rated M, but it was rated T because they included DC characters. As a kid, I used to thought this was a good game, but then it turns out after when I watched Mr. G3321's videos and then watched some more of it on YouTube myself, it actually is not that good of a game as it sounds, you know? This really should have been a great crossover game, you know? I mean, in some ways, this is a playable game, I will admit. In some ways, this is a playable game, but a lot of content was just turned down, you know? And plus the fatalities that was given to the Mortal Kombat characters and the DC Universe villains, it just didn't have a lot of blood and gore in it because it was T-rated. So, you know, to see, like, the DC heroes getting their bodies decapitated would have really ruined that. But then again, it was their decision they wanted to make this, and this was really only a prototype as well. This game was only a prototype for future Mortal Kombat games, which ultimately failed, and then, you know, they reverted back to the separate franchise, just in their respective franchise, which they really went on to make much better games in that way. I mean, think of Mortal Kombat 9, it came out after this one, and then Mortal Kombat X, Mortal Kombat 11, and then for DC, you made Injustice and Injustice 2. They really did much better on their own instead of having a collaboration, but they really should have made this collaboration crossover game much more better than what it should have been, so this game really is a bit of garbage, I will admit. Mortal Kombat vs. DC Universe is not that good of a game. I really have now grown to not care about it anymore, but overall, though, despite the game not being that good, some of the voice acting in this game was pretty good, so you know what? Ronald M. Banks' voice for Quan Chi in this game actually was pretty good, so you know what? Thumbs up. He really does got a good voice for Quan Chi. His voice acting was at least good. I gotta give him that. Oh, and apparently he voiced him in Mortal Kombat 9. I keep forgetting about that as well. I keep forgetting that a lot of the voice actors that voiced the Mortal Kombat characters in the Mortal Kombat vs. DC Universe, they would bring them back to voice the characters again in Mortal Kombat 9. That was made 3 years later in 2011. Which is great because, you know, their voices really are pretty good. So, you know, it would work for the next Mortal Kombat game, Mortal Kombat 2011, Mortal Kombat 9. So I keep forgetting about that. So it was nice that a lot of the voice cast that voiced the Mortal Kombat characters in Mortal Kombat vs. DC Universe, they would bring them back to voice the characters again in Mortal Kombat 9 in 2011. You know, it was a smart decision because while Mortal Kombat vs. DC Universe was not that good of a game, the voice actings were pretty good, and they do have pretty good voices, so it's only fair enough, you know. I mean, I kind of almost forgot. I really actually forgot about it because it's just been a while since when I did reaction to Mortal Kombat characters. It's been a while since they brought up Mortal Kombat vs. DC Universe, but yeah. appropriate enough. And now that I figured out that he's in Mortal Kombat 9, now it's definitely a double thumbs up. I gave him 1 thumbs up at first, but now that I see that he was in Mortal Kombat 9, double thumbs up, because I've said it from time and time again. Mortal Kombat 9, Mortal Kombat X, and Mortal Kombat 11, they're fantastic Mortal Kombat games. So anything from Mortal Kombat 9, X, or 11, gotta give props to. So double thumbs up now for Ronald M. Banks. He's now up there as one of my favorite Quan Chis now that I know that he was in Mortal Kombat 9. Like I said, Mortal Kombat 9 was really a good remake of retelling the whole story of the Mortal Kombat game. Oh, really? And he was in Mortal Kombat X? I didn't even think that. Wow, I had no idea. I mean, I think there was a select few of voice actors that voiced the characters in Mortal Kombat vs. DC Universe and then Mortal Kombat 9. I think there was a select few voice actors that then got to voice them again in Mortal Kombat X. I'm not sure, but I think there was a select few. I'm not 100% sure, but if there was a select few, then that's pretty cool too. And apparently Ronald M. Banks then got to come back yet again in Mortal Kombat X 4 years later in 2015. So, excellent. I thought it was going to be somebody else, but clearly he's the only one that's been voicing Quan Chi for like the past fewest of Mortal Kombat games before Mortal Kombat 11 was made in 2019. Sorry, I was trying to remember the year it came out, but yeah. Good stuff, though. Ronald M. Banks is my #1 favorite voice actor for Quan Chi so far in all the Mortal Kombat games. There was a few others that we went through, they were good too, but this has got to be my only favorite like animated and video game voice for Quan Chi in the Mortal Kombat games. Ronald M. Banks just has the best voice. I gotta go back, I need to hear more of those.
We must combine our powers. Share glory? Never. So be it. We mustn't fight. I'm afraid we must. You were my only friend.
I remember that intro.
Imposter. I was created by Shinnok. Imposter and a liar.
Obviously, this is them doing the, copycat, like when you have a character versing himself, I do remember that one with the clone, you were my only friend. I do remember that one where Quan Chi was confronting himself. I remember that. It is pretty cool how even you can select the same character and they give dialogues to make it awkward for a character to meet herself or himself, and then, there's 2 Johnny Cages or 2 Quan Chis and stuff like that. But anyway, that's all of them. So, when it comes down to every single one of them, pretty much as far as I'm concerned, most of the guys did okay, but there was some that were not that good and some that I did not like. But overall, most people did seem to do okay in here. I mean, this one was kind of a little bit of a back and forth one here, but this was alright. But obviously, when it comes down to it, for my only favorite live-action Quan Chi, it's obviously going to be, without a doubt, Adani Morpheus, if that's how you say his name, for Mortal Kombat Conquest in 1998. And then, of course, for video game and animated and wise for Quan Chi, it's definitely, without a doubt, my only favorite video game voice for Quan Chi, Ronald M. Banks. He's the only one. Like I said, there was a few other guys that were okay, too, like, whoever the guy was in Mortal Kombat Armageddon, but because it wasn't meant to be like that long, it didn't really matter that much. And even Richard DeVicio was pretty good because he was the man behind the costume of Quan Chi in Mortal Kombat 4, so props to him as well. But it's only Adani Morpheus and it's only Adani Morpheus, if that's how you say his name, for Mortal Kombat Conquest, and Ronald M. Banks in Mortal Kombat vs. DC Universe, Mortal Kombat 9, and Mortal Kombat X. They were my only 2 picks for Quan Chi. That's it. So there you have it, folks. Those are my 2 picks now. Now it's time for y'all to pick and vote now who you love as Quan Chi. And don't forget to share it with all your friends so you can get their honest opinions as well. My votes are in. Now it's time for y'all to vote who you love as Quan Chi. So, yeah, like I said, this one was kind of a mixed back and forth one here. Like, there was some that were good and then some that weren't that good and then some that were kind of not, like, bad, So, this one kind of went back and forth, honestly, I will admit. But it was a good one it was good overall because, it's not like every day you get to bump into voice acting, voice comparison reaction videos and you just get mixed results of, like, giving maybes and thumbs up and then thumbs downs, because sometimes either way, usually I give most of them a thumbs up, but this one did get some back and forth here for me, so this one was actually not a bad one. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and end it off now. I'm about to take a little bit of a break, and then I'll get into the next video, so stay tuned for the next video, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, leave a comment down below let me know who you love as Quan Chi, and be sure to share this with all your friends. So I'm out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned for the next video, but until then, I'm out. That'll be it for today, guys. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Dislike it, give it a thumbs down. Join me next time in the next video. To all you boys, men, and guys out there, fist bumps go to all of you, and to all the girls, ladies, and women out there, kisses go out to all of you. But until then, this is Joe Flash signing off, and have a good day.